This is a Yamaha R3. It's a 2023 model, and I bought this one from a salvage auction, and it's essentially a brand new bike. It's done about 350 miles from new, so it's a really cool bike. And you can see, looking around, it's a bit just dusty and dirty, but it's brand new. It's got brand new tyres, and everything on it is in absolutely mint condition, apart from a few bits of damage, which is from an accident. So in this video, I'm going to put it together and we'll see how it turns out. So this bike was actually stolen and recovered. So here you can see the wires have been sort of joined on this side, and over on this side they're kind of pulled apart here, and I actually reached inside and I kind of hooked these ones up. The plugs were all busted up, but I hooked them up just before so I could test it, the engine and so on. But yeah, this is the radiator totally bent. So first thing I'm going to do is change this radiator and try and change out the lock set so that I can get the bike started on the button, and then we can see how the engine starts. So let's do that. So that comes off like that, and the point of this is I need to access two bolts here, and then I'll be able to remove this this lock because it's completely busted and I don't have the old keys. What I don't really want to do is to mess with all these wires too much, because this bike is factory brand new. I'd like to just keep it as stock as possible and not mess around with it. So I'm going to have to do some thinking to try and, basically the way to get this out is you have to cut into the old bolts with a kind of a fine angle grinder blade, and then you can use a flathead to remove the bolts. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do it off camera so I don't damage my phone, and I'll check back in with you in a minute. Lock set is installed and looks pretty good. Everything is attached back on with this top yoke, so I just need to reattach this battery, which I had removed to charge, and then we'll see if this bike will fire up. So I've got this piece back on. It looks a bit mucky in the pictures, but it just needs a wash. The only real damage to this panel is down here. I did actually order one, but the dealership didn't have one in stock, so I'm just gonna, once I've got this panel on, you'll only see that bit, and I think I'll just do a bit of touching up of the paint there. So that's all good. So next, and also I've got this one on now, that's the new lock set, that's all good, and it works fine, so that's all good. Last thing I need to do on the lock set is this panel is broken, and I've got a brand new one there, so I need to replace this one. I've got a feeling this piece of the lock set might cause me some issues, so I'll see how I go. So this side fairing's on and the lock set is working fine, so that's good to see. And what I need to do now is just change this one as well, because it's got a tiny bit of damage somewhere here, and these are quite cheap. These were only about £30 brand new, so I'll just switch out this panel as well. So this side panel is on now and I can put the seat on. My goal at this point is just to see what I'm still missing so I can order some more parts. So I've got these two screws, which I'll just loosely put in for right now. So I'll do that in a minute. And then I've got this rear seat. This is brand new. I bought this one. And again, it's just to check exactly what I have and what I don't have. So that should just click down, and I've got the keys. So that clicks down. So this part I ordered, but the dealership didn't have it in stock, so I need to order a brand new one again. It was that one. Side panels are on, so it's looking pretty good. I'm going to just carry on and now put this front end on and see how it looks. This radiator is really bent up. I don't know what happened to it. I guess it got smashed up in a crash, so I'm going to change it. And to do that, first of all, I want to drain it. So I've got this this sort of thing to drain it into, and I'll just have to do it off camera so I don't spill it everywhere. But I'm going to drain it and just switch this sucker out. It's quite easy to come off, just a bolt on each side it looks like. So let me do that now. So I have put this radiator on and it looks pretty good. Nice welded aluminium, really cool. So that's on, and I need to fill it up later on. I've also put this cover on, and I should later on transfer on these new badges, but for now that looks pretty good and it's starting to come together. So the next job is to put this back on. I took this off before I started filming, and this is the front headlight assembly. It's in pretty nice condition and was not damaged at all, so that's pretty nice to see. So I'll do it off camera because I really do not want to damage this piece, and just throw this back onto the front of the bike. So this bike had no coolant in it at all because the radiator was busted up, and I've picked this up from Shell, so I'll just see if I can pour some in. So this is ready to go coolant, and nice to put new fluid in. Brand new bike, brand new fluid, so I'll top this up. That nose cone is now installed and it looks pretty good. It was quite easy to do, just a couple of bolts, and that's a nice piece. So what I need to do next is to start putting together these side panels. So this is what I'm working with. This is one side piece, middle and the lower, but I've actually bought a brand new one because this piece here is just a bit damaged, it's a bit scraped up, and these are actually quite cheap panels, so I just bought a brand new one. So I'll do it off camera. I'm going to put these three together. Then the next thing to do is just to put this on and just basically put it together. It's almost done, so let's do it. Quickly showing this. All I'm doing is laying this middle panel down on the floor, and then I'm putting all these little clips in and just trying to pick up from the old panel where they would have been. And then this one as well, just laying on all the hardware that I can do, and then this one will just lay on top of that one going this way, and then later on I will put the other panel down here as well. So that's all I'm doing, is assembling those two. So I've got a lot of these fairings on loosely. I had to press pause because there was a couple of things, like there was a little bracket here missing, which I didn't have, so I had to order that one, and indicators I did not have, so I had to buy them. So I'm going to take all these fairings, or the side fairings, back off quickly and just put on the indicators and a few bits that are missing, but it's all looking pretty good. And then from there I just need to throw these clocks in. This panel came, but it was the wrong colour, so I'm going to put that on as well. So let me throw all of those bits together and then we'll see how this bike turned out. I've just put this indicator on, and these actually came from a Yamaha R7. These ones brand new were really expensive, but they're the exact same part, so it just makes sense to check around, see what parts are compatible, and then use the cheapest one you can find. So that's what I've done here. This side panel is now fully on, and I just need to put this on, which is the rear fairing. So this, I got one before, but it came in the wrong colour, so I just need to bolt that guy on there and then put these seats back on. So that's it for this Yamaha R3. I have put all of the parts on and tidied things up. The back seat is all back together now. Everything is finished, so it's a nice bike. The clocks come right on, and there we are, 365 miles from new. Just need to take that bit of paper off over there, and let's start the engine. That sounds really good. What a cool looking bike. So this is going up for sale, and on to the next one, I guess. So see you in my next video very soon, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.